Do you know about Taiwan's grandma orchid?
Grandma orchid?
Yeah, how could you not know? It has won awards in international flower exhibitions.
Oh, you mean the Taiwan white Phalaenopsis? I used to have one, but it was so Yaoshu. Here's the picture of it.
How is that possible? Phalaenopsis are one of the easiest plants to take care of. It seems like you don't have a green thumb.
Moo. Well, why don't you show me yours then?
Sure, here's the picture of my Taiwan white Phalaenopsis.
So this is a Phalaenopsis orchid? Why is mine so ugly?
Anyway, I know someone that might be able to help us. She's the master of orchid.
Why didn't you say so earlier? Let's go meet her.
Okay.
Hello, kids. I've been expecting you.
Really? How do you know?
I told you she's amazing.
Okay, kids. Let's take a look at the factors that affect the well-being of our plant, shall we? What are the different factors that affect the growth of our plant? Anyone?
Don't look at me. Here's the smart one.
Here's the thing. Flowers are... Okay, I give up.
It's okay, kids. There's a lot of environmental factors that will affect the growth of Phalaenopsis orchid, such as temperature, watering, the appliance of fertilizer, and humidity. Having taken care of the plant on my own multiple times, me and my crew came up with a few guidelines that we hope to help those who also want to grow this plant. Here are some methods we applied. The Phalaenopsis orchid prefers temperature between 15 to 28 Celsius. When we were growing the plant, the temperature was usually in this range, so we did not do anything to help the plant regulate the temperature.
But the temperature in summer can be up to 32 to 34 Celsius in Taiwan.
You're right. The good news is we found several ways that can help the plant to survive in high temperature in summer. To lower the temperature during a super hot day, it is recommended to use shading and watering methods, or the orchid may experience heat dormancy.
What about we put them in a door with the AC on?
Keeping an orchid in an air-conditioned room during summer is actually a very good idea, but do not keep it in a poorly ventilated area.
Is a closet a poorly ventilated area?
Yes.
Oh, now I know why it died.
You kept your plant in your closet.
Yes.
Oh dear. Well, let's take a look at the watering factor. The root of Phalaenopsis orchid have a greater function of fixing than absorbing water, so there's no need to water it often.
Oh, jeez. I water it every day. Was that too often?
It was. Watering once every 4 to 5 days is sufficient if kept indoors. When watering, we avoid watering the flowers and do not let the water remain on the leaves. Water left on leaves during the night can create a humid environment, which can lead to the growth of harmful fungi and bacteria.
So, we should water it in the morning, right?
Excellent! You are a very fast learner. Now, as for the fertilizer, no fertilizer was needed during the flowering period, so we did not do anything on fertilization. But you should give fertilizer after the flower stages.
I can't believe it. I used to fertilize it during the flowering period.
Mature plants should be supplemented with balanced fertilizers containing nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Different nitrogens affect plants in different stages. Nitrogen fertilizer is most needed during the period of new shoot and leaves, while phosphorus and potassium fertilizers are needed during the maturity period. When fertilizing, it is best to apply a small amount of fertilizer multiple times.
Oh, it's turned out plants are not as easy as I thought.
Last but not least, for humidity factor, Phalaenopsis orchid prefers well-ventilated and humid air. We grew it in an environment of relative humidity of around 70%. So do not keep it in your closet again, okay?
Stop laughing! I'm trying to focus.
It's okay. When I was still an graduate student, we placed our plant on the 7th floor of the 12th dormitory, and the room was well ventilated. The humidity varies between days, and we did our best to evaluate how much water is needed every day. Oh, I almost forgot. Here are some suggestions for the plant after fading. First, don't discard the whole flower stem. Instead, simply remove the faded flowers, leaving the stem intact to allow for the growth of new flower buds. Next, move the plant outdoors after the blooming period to promote new growth.
Wow! You used to keep the plant in your dormitory? How cool was that?
It must have been fun for you to observe the growth of plants every day, wasn't it?
Well, at first I thought it was kind of boring to have to observe and record the growth of something that just won't give you any emotional feedbacks. However, I still remember the joy the moment we found the bud finally bloomed.
Me. I hope I can one day experience that kind of joy.
Oh, don't feel bad. I'm sure you will get a hang of it after the lesson.
Exactly. During our observation, of course, we did face some obstacles, but we've learned how to deal with these problems by doing lots of researches online. And now, I'm going to show you the orchid growth record I wrote back when I was still a freshman. I'm so excited.
Must be a long time ago.
What was that?
Nothing. Don't be rude.
February 26th. This was the very beginning of our observation. Here we see that only 5 flowers on the plant bloomed. And there is one flower that is going to bloom. The bud, which was almost in bloom, we mentioned on February 26th, is in full bloom now. We all see the leaves are a bit deep green. According to the information from the internet, if the sunshine hours aren't enough, leaves color will become deeper, which means the plants generate more chlorophyll to promote photosynthesis. In contrast, when the sunlight hours are too much, the leaves color will become lighter. March 17th. This week was a very hot week. If we look at the picture, we can find that the color of leaves is much lighter than the color in March 12. In this period of time, more flowers has bloomed. March 19th. Due to the intense sun exposure, the leaf seems to be a bit yellow. So we decide to lower the time that plant is exposed to the sunlight. At the same time, we chose to increase the watering frequency and the amount attempting to help the leaves to recover to its original color. March 26th. We tried to water the plant in a new way. At the beginning, we poured the water directly into the moss, which is found to be an inefficient way. Therefore, we adapt a new way suggested on the internet. We think this way is better because the moss seems to be unable to store water. The way we did before is not an efficient way because the moss cannot hold water well, and therefore, when we were watering using the previous way, the water is leaking out of the pot. April 1st. The method mentioned in the record of March 26th is as follows. 1. Put the pot into a container. 2. Dump the water between the container and the pot until all the sphagnum moss is bathed in water. 3. Wait for about 30 minutes to let the water be fully absorbed by the sphagnum moss. 4. Take the pot out of the container and clean the container. This is our first time attempting this method, and it worked out. So we decided to use this new method for April 23rd. The leaves were black. which is not a good sign. The cause of this phenomenon might be inefficient sunlight. So we try to make it exposed to more sunlight by giving the plant artificial sunshine, which is the lamp on my desk in this case. April 28th. The flowers faded and started to fall. We think the reason is sudden change of weather and the fact that we are approaching the end of the flowering stage.
Thank you so much for the lesson. Now I know how to keep my plants alive.
But I'm not finished yet.
Bye!